Hello guys and welcome to a new WetalkUAV video. Yes, we have it right here, the new MAVIC AIR. In this video we'll show you some of the specs indoors and we'll of course go outdoors and test this amazing new thing. So let's go inside. Hello and welcome, this is Alex Asmacher and finally we do have in our hands the new DJI MAVIC AIR. DJI has put a lot of effort into creating this amazing ultra portable and foldable drone which has inherited all the technology and key features from the MAVIC series. We're very happy to be testing it and let's take a look. Adventure unfolds. This is the slogan from DJI and of course, as you can see right here, what we're gonna do is first of all unfold this tiny drone and see how amazing everything is right here. So you can see the props are not foldable anymore. The arms are made of magnesium, which is pretty cool. Down here we can see all the different sensors, infrared sensors, 2 sensors here, 2 sensors on the back, 2 sensors on the front. Now, as we can see here also, this 2 little folding arms, which will help us to take off the drone and also are working as antennas. Not last, we have also this little new system right here. By taking this out, we have the gimbal here with the camera, and this will protect our camera way better. Finally, the battery, as you can see here, a new system for taking it out. This is the battery, bigger than the Spark, smaller than the MAVIC. We can see here the size of the new MAVIC AIR is as big as my hand pretty much, or if you don't know how big my hand is, this is the iPhone 6s. As you can see here, the body is very similar to the iPhone 6s. Finally, the controller, as you can see, pretty similar to the Spark controller. It's unfoldable again. It does have 2 nice sticks saved right here for a better transporting, so that you don't have the sticks coming out from this knobs, and pretty much the same as on the Spark. You also have the sport mode, so that we'll be able to fly in sport mode. Using Advanced Flight Autonomy 2.0 consists of a primary gimbal camera, forward, backward and downward dual vision sensors, downward infrared sensing system, IMU redundancies and a group of computing cores. Together they collect and transmit information from the surrounding environment to the high-performance processor for more precise hovering and better flight performance. Advanced Pilot Assistance Systems, APAS, allows the aircraft to bypass obstacles in front of and behind it actively. I wanted to highlight here the design that DJI has put into the new MAVIC AIR, because for us here, it's one of the most amazing designs we've ever seen in a drone. And this is really one step further. It's way more thought, it has beautiful lines, they talk about geometric expression. And as you can see here or on the product shots, this is just amazing. This left us really speechless when we received it. It is just very, very beautiful, and there has been a design team for sure working here on this drone. Oh, by the way, in a couple of hours we're releasing a new video about how we did the unboxing on this video, which we just did a couple of hours ago. So make sure to check it out. We'll leave you also the link at the description and on the end screens later. And now let's talk finally about some of the key features of this new DJI MAVIC AIR. First of all, the 32 megapixel pano shots. In addition to the horizontal and vertical pictures that we could take before, now the new DJI MAVIC AIR does take 25 pictures in 8 seconds to create an amazing pano shot. This is just amazing because now we can take our amazing goggles and have an immersive experience. Highlight, of course, that it is a foldable and portable drone, as well as the controller is also foldable and portable. It does now have a 3-axis camera with 4K, and it does shoot in 30 frames per second, and it also does shoot in 120 frames per second in full HD. It does have 3 directional environment sensors, front, rear and downwards. Interesting also, as we saw on the Spark, it does now have smart capture, so you can actually move it by waving your hand, take pictures with your hands with no need of a controller or phone. So this is also pretty good. The battery lasts up to 21 minutes and is charged in about 55 minutes. Of course, as the new Mavic Platinum also had, it does include the FOC ESC for more efficiency in battery and on propeller flight time. You can of course now also pair the Mavic Air with the goggles and have an amazing immersive experience. The video transmission range is on 2.4 GHz up to 2000 meters, and on 5.8 GHz it goes up to 2500 meters. The transmission via Wi-Fi is up to 5 meters in height and 80 meters in distance to your phone.
Sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and...
Well guys, we're finally outdoors testing this new king that was just born. Now let's take a look at everything we're gonna do. Well, we're finally here to test the amazing Air. Among other nice features, it has 4K at 100 megabits per second. It also has a 3-axis gimbal, which is pretty interesting. And now we're gonna do a series of different tests and flying, and you will see and be able to see how it works. I can't wait. What we're gonna test actually is the new pano system. So as I told you in the studio, it will take 25 pictures in 8 seconds and it will create an amazing pano. So let's see how it works. Well now guys, one of the most amazing features and new things that I'm expecting here is the 120 frames per second in full HD. So we're gonna do a slow-mo chasing Chivo to see whether the slow-mo is smooth and awesome. So let's take a look. Now also one nice thing is we're gonna take pictures in HDR. We're gonna take the same picture once in HDR and once without HDR and see if we can edit that better, and we'll take a look at this. So let's take the picture. And now finally, to have some fun, as we always like doing, some cinematic footage to test this amazing new drone and see how cinematic it gets. gonna test also some of these new quick shots. As we can see here, there are two types of boomerang shots. So we're gonna test the boomerangs, see what this Mavic Air is capable of doing in boomerang. And now we're here testing the smart capture and, well, a few moves, and if you want we can do an extra video for this, but it's the way as on the Spark. Well, now that we're back in the studio, we're gonna highlight some of the specs that we thought were most important. First of all, the weight of the drone, 430 grams. This drone also has an internal space of up to 8 gigabytes, which is amazing, because in case you someday forget your SD at home, you will be able to save some footage inside the drone. The maximum speed when in sport mode, of course, is 68.4 kilometers an hour or 42.5 miles per hour, which is pretty fast. The sensor of this camera is a 2.3 inch sensor with 12 million effective pixels. The lens, on the other hand, is a 35mm lens, which is an equivalent to a 24mm lens, with a field of view of 85 degrees and an aperture of f2.8. You can film 4K with 24, 25 and 30 frames per second, 2.7K in 60 frames per second and Full HD in 120 frames per second. Very interesting, the formats. You can take the pictures in JPEG and also in DNG, RAW. And the video format stays at MP4 and MOV, movie. Of course, you can film everything in 100 megabits per second, which is an amazing increase. As I told you before, it works on 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz. The battery, on the other hand, weighs 140 grams. Charging this battery, as I mentioned before, is 55 minutes. Oh, by the way you see the live footage on your phone is 720p 30 frames per second. And the app has a latency of 170 up to 240 milliseconds, which is okay. We wanted to highlight a couple of new features of the DJI MAVIC Air in terms of technology and security, and we want to talk first about the VIO, Visual Inertia Odometry. A combination of VIO technology and the new positioning algorithm has doubled the MAVIC Air's precision positioning. VIO technology calculates the speed and attitude of the aircraft in real time and locates it, making dual camera attitude measurements while hovering or flying at any speed. And second, which is also really nice, is the 3D map building. Equipped with an advanced sensing system, the MAVIC Air locates itself with accuracy and precision. By processing data from the 7 cameras at the front, bottom and rear of the body, alongside the advanced infrared sensors and IMU, the MAVIC Air will construct a 3D map by sensing the environment in real time, which significantly improves overall flight safety. We believe that these two things are amazing and that would help us a lot on flying better and improving our piloting skills on the new MAVIC Air. Finally, let's talk a little bit about our own conclusions and a little bit the feeling we had when flying. And overall, a couple of ideas here. First of all, we believe that the DJI MAVIC Air is a drone in between the MAVIC Pro Series Platinum and the Spark. Of course, we're gonna go and do a comparison in the next days, so stay tuned for that. And overall, the experience was really great. So it does really have the best technology from the MAVIC series, and it's a little bit more portable, more futuristic and more modern than the MAVIC series, the MAVIC Pro series. Also very interesting here, it seems that DJI has been listening to all the people complaining about what was wrong on the MAVIC Pro. For example, of course, this gimbal protection. Now it seems to be a little bit more and better developed, not always causing troubles like it did on the MAVIC Pro. Also the space problems when using the sticks on the controller Now we can, as you've seen a couple of times, we can save them down there, and this will be much easier to carry on. And of course all the problems, for example with the battery, which seems now to be a system way more sophisticated and improved. And of course there were Spark users that were complaining that sometimes because of this fixing the battery would fall when flying, and this has also been improved. Everything that we're talking right here brings us to the question, why did they name this drone DJI MAVIC AIR and they didn't create a new business line, like for example another drone? Well, we're not quite sure. We will see in the next days, also with your comments. And what it does tell us is a little bit the technology that we will be finding in an eventual Phantom 5 or Mavic Pro 2. This is a first step and we're very happy to be testing it. Well, for the conclusions today, I have to say that it was quite windy today and it was pretty stable. Also, it is very quiet. We will probably do a sound test with our sound meter, but I could barely hear it when it was more than 50 meters away. So at some point we were flying here and where's the drone? I can hear it, no I can't. So this was also pretty good. Very smooth flying. Sometimes even for some experts it may be too smooth, but we also tried the sport mode, and the sport mode, it really kicks. And the app is pretty awesome as always. The new shots, as you could see, we still have to see them later at home. I hope that they were awesome, and not much else to say. The drone is beautiful, it is quiet, it is stable, and it shoots pretty awesome. Oh, and by the way, in the next days we'll do a comparison, of course, with the Mavic and also with the Spark. But we did try and test the Spark here, and we had lots of problems with the Spark that we did not have with the Mavic Air. So in terms of range, the speed and all that, the Mavic Air is a little bit superior than the Spark. Well guys, thanks a lot for watching. The unboxing video is down in the description. We're comparing this to the Mavic Pro. We will do another comparison with the Spark and the Mavic Pro. So we can't wait to be testing this a lot more. Leave any doubts or any ask or any questions that you want to have or that you want us to resolve, leave them in the comments. We'll do answer them very happily, and nothing else to say. Remember always to keep calm and talk to you.